So this is what a curiosome would look like. It could represent an individual. It could represent a persona. It could represent two individuals. It could represent a group, a community, a team. It could represent a product, a service. It could represent a scenario that you want to test. If you read it alone, it tells a story, but it's not specific. Okay, so it's perfectly encrypted information. It doesn't make sense until you put your own curiosome back on it. Okay, so this, if you're familiar with cryptography, this would be called a public key. And your curiosome, when you lay it back on it, would be a private key. So when you combine the two, then you can reveal the secrets that lie within. But all those sigmas, that's probabilistic data. That allows you to predict the likelihood that a certain event can occur. So I hope that technical stuff is out of the way, and let's get to the application. You really don't have to see all that, because you'll be able to analyze its data visually. So you could add objects to the data, such as location objects or anything you want, and you drop it back onto a map, or you could drop it back onto Wikipedia itself. So for example, one of the first applications will be to drop your curiosome back onto Wikipedia to see where you are. So if you're an engineer and a musician, you could see all the different links or different tags between the two, which will give you a path for your own economic viability, how you're going to behave in a community. It allows you to compare yourself with the data of a community. If you look at this from Christopher Harrison, you can see how rich the Wikipedia visualizations are. And for the topic of humans, you could see all those linkages. If you zoom in, you could see how everything, all the different classifications are there, and their linkages to other classifications. So the next thing, here's an example of Wikipedia editorial war. This is where a world event may have happened, and then it changes. And somebody changes the Wikipedia article. And then another editor gets in and has to change their article. And then somebody else changes their article. And this is the flow of what happens during a Wikipedia editorial war. And you could see where one event way up in this corner could impact something many, many degrees of freedom later. Now imagine if some decision made in Congress up here, you could actually see how it would affect people many, many different linkages away. You could see all this in the data. What's interesting is here is a Wikipedia war over Arab Spring. And you could see the form of these two visually is extremely similar. Okay, so this gives you an idea, the ability to look at similar events just by looking at the data. You're not doing a calculus, you're not crunching the numbers, but you're just looking at the data, and you're able to see where you are in that